Africa, a continent endowed with vast natural resources, has long grappled with a perplexing paradox. Despite its mineral wealth, many African nations remain trapped in cycles of poverty, corruption, and underdevelopment. This phenomenon, known as the resource curse, has haunted the continent for decades. Countries rich in oil, diamonds, gold, and other valuable commodities often find themselves worse off than their resource-poor counterparts. This curse manifests in various ways. Over-reliance on a single resource can lead to economic instability, particularly when commodity prices fluctuate. Corruption often festers as governments and corporations vie for control of lucrative mining operations. Environmental degradation is rampant, as short-term profits are prioritized over long-term sustainability. The resource curse has robbed generations of Africans of their rightful heritage. It has fueled conflict, hindered diversification, and perpetuated a vicious cycle of dependency. In a bold move to break free from this cycle, Ghana, one of Africa's largest gold producers, has taken a decisive step. On May 1, 2025, the government implemented a ban on foreign nationals directly buying or selling gold from small-scale miners. This policy marks a significant shift in the country's approach to managing its precious resources. This landmark decision aims to wrest control of the industry from foreign entities and channel the country's gold wealth towards national development. By doing so, Ghana hopes to ensure that the profits from its gold mining activities benefit its own citizens. This move is a clear signal that Ghana is no longer content with being merely a source of raw materials for the global market. Instead, the country is striving to become a key player in the global gold industry. The government is determined to capture more value from its gold resources by moving up the value chain, from mining and refining to exporting finished products. This strategy is expected to create more jobs and stimulate economic growth. By restricting the involvement of foreign buyers in the small-scale mining sector, Ghana seeks to create a more regulated and transparent market. This will help to protect the interests of local miners and ensure fairer trade practices. This in turn is expected to boost government revenue, curb smuggling, and ensure that the benefits of gold mining accrue to Ghanaians. The ultimate goal is to build a sustainable and prosperous future for the nation. Central to Ghana's ambitious plan is the newly established Ghana Gold Board, affectionately known as Goldbod. Created by legislation signed by President John Mahama on April 2, 2025, Goldbod is now the sole entity authorized to buy, sell, and export gold from Ghana's small-scale miners. This centralized control over the gold trade is unprecedented in Ghana's recent history. It marks a significant shift away from the liberalized policies of the past, which saw foreign companies gain a significant foothold in the mining sector. Goldbod's mandate is clear: to maximize the value of Ghana's gold for the benefit of its people. The success of Goldbod will depend on its ability to operate efficiently, transparently, and above all, free from corruption. It will need to navigate complex market dynamics, build trust with small-scale miners, and resist capture by powerful vested interests. To equip Goldbod for its crucial mission, the Ghanaian government has allocated a substantial $279 million. This funding is intended to facilitate the purchase and export of at least 3 metric tons of gold per week. It's a clear indication of the government's commitment to making Goldbod a cornerstone of its economic strategy. The goals set for Goldbod are ambitious, but attainable. By controlling the export of gold, the government aims to boost its foreign reserves, providing a much-needed buffer against external shocks. Curbing smuggling, which has long plagued the industry, is another key objective. Perhaps the most critical goal is to capture more value from the entire gold production chain. This means moving beyond simply exporting raw gold and investing in refining capacity, jewelry manufacturing, and other value-added activities. Ghana's gold gamble is not without its risks. The country faces an uphill battle against illegal mining, locally known as galamsey. This illicit activity, driven by poverty, unemployment, and the allure of quick riches, has ravaged Ghana's environment and left a trail of destruction in its wake. Galamsey operations, often poorly regulated and uncontrolled, employ harmful chemicals like mercury and cyanide to extract gold. These toxins pollute rivers and streams, poisoning water sources and decimating aquatic life. The once pristine Pra River, a vital source of drinking water and irrigation, now runs murky and contaminated. The environmental damage inflicted by galamsey is staggering. Over 4,700 hectares of land have been degraded, and 34 forest reserves, home to endangered species and vital ecosystems, have been encroached upon. The long-term consequences for Ghana's biodiversity, water security and food security are dire. To understand the complexities of Ghana's gold dilemma, it is essential to delve into its historical context, which is deeply intertwined with the nation's identity and struggles. Ghana, once known as the Gold Coast, has a long and often troubled relationship with the precious metal. The allure of gold has shaped its history, economy, and even its social fabric. For centuries, gold has been both a blessing and a curse. It has brought wealth and opportunity, but also conflict and exploitation. During the colonial era, Ghana's gold fueled the ambitions of European powers. The extraction of gold was prioritized over the welfare of the local population. The country's resources were extracted with little regard for the well-being of its people or the environment. This exploitation left deep scars on the land and its communities. While Ghana gained independence in 1957, the legacy of exploitation continued. The new nation struggled to reclaim control over its resources. In the 1980s and 1990s, Ghana embraced liberal economic policies, opening its doors to foreign investment in the mining sector. This was seen as a way to boost the economy. This led to an influx of foreign companies which brought with them both capital and controversy. The promises of development often clashed with the realities on the ground. While large-scale mining operations generated some revenue, they also exacerbated environmental concerns and often failed to deliver on promises of local development. The struggle between economic growth and sustainable practices continues to this day. Ghana's struggle against illegal mining is not new. Previous administrations have launched crackdowns on Galamsey, often deploying the military to raid mining sites and arrest illegal miners. However, these efforts have largely proven ineffective. Under former President Akufo-Addo, anti-Galamsey protests were met with force. Critics argued that the government's approach was heavy-handed and failed to address the root causes of the problem. There were also allegations of corruption within the security forces, with some officials accused of turning a blind eye to illegal mining activities in exchange for bribes. The failure of past efforts highlights the deep-rooted nature of the challenge. Powerful vested interests, including politicians, businessmen, and even traditional leaders, are said to be involved in Galamsey. Tackling this issue requires more than just military might. It demands political will, transparency, and a commitment to holding those in power accountable. While environmental concerns are at the forefront of the fight against Galamsey, the economic drivers behind this illicit trade cannot be ignored. Ghana is grappling with high inflation and unemployment, particularly among the youth. In this context, illegal mining, despite its risks, offers a lifeline for many desperate for income. Some illegal miners earn up to $125 per week, a significant sum in a country where many struggle to make ends meet. This economic reality makes it challenging to simply shut down Galamsey operations without providing alternative livelihoods for those who depend on them. Addressing the root causes of poverty and creating economic opportunities for Ghana's youth is crucial to breaking the cycle of illegal mining. Investing in education, vocational training, and job creation schemes will be essential. Ghana's bold move to regain control of its gold resources has generated both hope and skepticism. This ambitious initiative aims to ensure that the country's vast mineral wealth benefits its citizens more equitably. The success of this gamble hinges on several factors, including the ability to manage resources effectively and transparently. Transparency and good governance are paramount. Without these, the initiative could falter, leading to further disenchantment among the populace. Goldbod must operate above board, free from political interference and corruption. This new entity is tasked with overseeing the gold sector and ensuring fair practices. The government needs to ensure that the revenue generated from gold sales benefits all Ghanaians, not just a select few. This means investing in public infrastructure, healthcare, and education. Strong enforcement mechanisms are also crucial. Regulatory bodies must be empowered to monitor activities and enforce laws without fear or favor. The ban on foreign buyers must be effectively implemented, and those who flout the law must be held accountable. This is essential to curb illegal mining and ensure local control. At the same time, addressing the economic drivers of Galamsey through job creation and poverty reduction programs is essential. Providing alternative livelihoods can reduce the allure of illegal mining. If successful, Ghana's efforts could have far-reaching implications for Africa as a whole. Other nations may look to Ghana as a model for resource management. The country's bold stance could inspire other resource-rich nations to reclaim control of their natural wealth and break free from the shackles of the resource curse. This could mark a new era of self-sufficiency and prosperity. The world is watching closely to see if Ghana can defy the odds and turn its gold into a catalyst for sustainable development and shared prosperity. Success here could shift global perceptions of Africa's potential. The stakes are high, but so too is the potential reward. Ghana's journey is one of hope, resilience, and the pursuit of a brighter future for all its people.